Hello there, Bick Benedict here. We're playing Spec Ops The Line on the PC on FUBAR difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on Chapter 6 of 15. It is entitled The Pit. When you play through this first section, you're probably going to think that this chapter should be called the Shit Pit because of how difficult this first part is. And I don't disagree, it is difficult. You start out with just a handgun, but if you go over to the right by the ambulance, you will find some invaluable tools. You will find frag grenades, and you will also find a shotgun. Both are incredibly helpful in dealing with this situation over here. And on FUBAR difficulty, when you're in a situation like this, when there's enemies close to you, the best thing you can do is just use blind fire to kill them. If you try to aim over cover, size up your shot, the game usually will put you down before you can get off your shot. It's just one of those games that kills you that quickly. So you get more than enough ammunition with the shotgun to do this situation. And the main problem, though, what you're going to find is that the clipping over the edge of the cover of this car is going to cause some of your bullets to get wasted from the shotgun. But even so, you're still going to have plenty of bullets to blind fire with this shotgun. So basically, it's just tossing frag grenades, trying to cluster kill guys with the frag grenades. When you throw the frag grenades in sandy areas, such as I think this area is, it will blind the enemies because it sends up a bunch of sand and debris, and it stuns the enemy. So it's a good deal on that respect. But don't aim here, guys. Just simply don't aim. You don't need to go for an assault rifle either. If one lands in your lap, pick it up if you want to. But as much as I don't like the shotgun, I cannot lie to you here and say that it isn't good, because it's incredibly helpful. Because you're going to have guys rushing up to you, and putting them down with a shotgun is extremely simple. But that part is hard. But I was doing it the wrong way last time. Just don't even aim. Just blind fire kill with a shotgun, and cluster kill guys with frag grenades. And it's going to be okay, trust me. It's just a holding out situation. And then we're going to get to this part over here, which I think is more difficult because it's awkwardness. Now, we've picked up another grenade type over here called the sticky grenade. This is not the type of grenade that I thought it was when I first started to play this game. What I thought it was like a landmine that you could put on the ground, like a proximity mine, but no such grenade exists in this game. What the sticky grenade is that it is a grenade that detonates after a certain period of time, so that if you know enemies are coming up at a certain point of time, you could time it. So I just I don't really see the huge difference between a frag grenade and a sticky grenade. I really think that they should have done away with sticky grenades and just put proximity mines. Let you just throw little grenades that just landed, and like, you could still call them sticky grenades. They just will, throw them to any surface and they stick, and then they don't detonate unless enemies run up to them. But this is where it gets really difficult, because you're halfway done at this point, but you've got enemies that will assault you from the turret area, and also by from the left. I think they could sneak around from the left. And it might not be direct access, but they might be able to drop down from the turret area. You also might notice when you're using SMGs that the gun reticle is sometimes pink and it's sometimes red. The reason that it's pink is because you're far away from the enemy, and that means that you're dealing less damage if the gun reticle is pink. So just if you're trying to do max damage with an SMG, I think it goes for the shotgun too. It goes for I'm sorry guys, it goes for the shotguns too. You'll see that the gun reticle turns red when you're up close. So you do decrease damage when the gun reticle is pink. I'm sorry to have to repeat myself so much, but we've got some situations in this chapter that I really do think deserve to be called the shit pit of this chapter. It's just they're just too awkward, and your teammates keep falling in combat. The fight that we just did, I know that we've secured a checkpoint, but securing a checkpoint is tough on that fight when your teammates continue to fall down in cover. Anyway, now you're going to be jumping on the turret, and Lugo says that his services are available, but I'm telling you, Lugo cannot help you here. What the game wants you to do in a perfect world where games actually, such as in certain situations like this, when they're supposed to do what they're meant to do, it would be where you would target enemies for Lugo to kill, and he would do his best. But every time I do this section, Lugo, like this target for instance right over here, Lugo says he just can't get a shot, and it happens not just on that enemy, but almost every enemy that I try to have Lugo give me help with, he says he's unavailable or that he can't line up the shot. So I'm not begrudging Lugo, because you can do this and you have to do this without Lugo's assistance, but don't offer your fucking services if you can't carry through with them. It's just irritating. And whenever you're in danger here, you do need to crouch, but the guys with the RPGs and the sniper rifle guys, I believe that both of those enemies can instantly kill you if you're not crouched. Even if you are crouched. So it is good that they have a crouch mechanic, because once you get on this, you might think, well, can you just jump off and go hide somewhere else? You can't get off of it. It's really frustrating. There's even a worse section later, two worse sections actually. One when you're hanging off of an airplane, and one when you're hanging off of a tank with a grenade launcher. You've got incredibly powerful weapons, but there's no way to protect yourself. So I don't understand why they give you a nice little out over here to protect yourself in, but why the fuck can't I somehow shield myself? Why can't I have a riot shield or something, that I could put up, or anything? Because you just have no protection. There's a section after this too where you're running, and it's completely a roll of the dice whether you're going to live. It's incredibly frustrating. I also did look up the PSN price of this game, and it says $29.99. So if I were you, I would definitely pass on those console versions, because the frame rate's less, twice as less to be exact. And you might say, well, look at the quality of the game. What quality do you have it on? I've got it on very high. I don't mind a little quality degradation, as long as you can up the performance and give me 60 with as fast look sensitivity as you can give. And I really don't understand how companies can be so single-minded when they're releasing a game, and always cater to this notion that everybody wants 4K and they want the best looking shine. All they want is shiny things. They don't want things that function well. I can see past, because I'm not an idiot, and I'm not I'm just not like that. I can see past the glamour. I want something to fucking work. I don't care if it shines a little bit more prettily. But this section over here is god fucking awful, because your teammates are going to continually fall in combat. At first they don't toss grenades too much, but when they get to tossing them over here, they really get to tossing them, and it's very difficult to clear all these enemies up before your teammates bleed out in cover, but it can be done. And what I would recommend is that you toss as many frag grenades as you possibly can to cluster kill enemies. And just, I would say, don't worry too much about going after, picking up your damned teammates. You don't also, the healing command, it's an option. You don't have to do it. You can have your other teammate help you shoot, and you can leave the dying enemy, or the dying comrade to just cut his losses for the time being and just hold his fucking hosses while we do what we need to, because you obviously can't. Look at this clipping. This is what I say about that enemy caused me to waste a lot of ammunition that I shouldn't have wasted over there, and it's my damn fault for not recognizing the clipping. But anytime you get a stun command opportunity, definitely avail yourself of it. It went over in that direction over there. This fight's just incredibly awkward. And the more awkward a fight is, the more enemies that are throwing grenades, and the more frequently your teammates keep falling in combat despite what you do. Those are the worst fights of the bunch on this game, just without question. It's a damn shame too. It really is. So this game could definitely be tightened up by cutting in half the damage radius of thrown grenades, and at least having the courtesy of having your teammates attempt to crawl back to you. I don't think that would be out of the question to you, to have the teammates come back and at least try to give you a chance to continue playing the game without your session almost unavoidably coming to a close. It just seems like that way to me, quite honestly. Anyway, when you get to about this position, you are going to get a checkpoint for yourself. I did want to clear up the fact that earlier when I was mentioning the sticky grenades, I didn't want it to seem like I wasn't referencing the sticky grenades for what they are. They do, their name is sticky grenades. They stick to things. They stick to walls and things like that. They stick to whatever you want. They can stick to the floor, to walls, ceilings, what have you. I'm just saying that I just wish that you could throw them and use them as proximity mines, like I believe you can in the game's multiplayer. I don't play multiplayer, but I've been looking on this game's wikia, and it does seem like they do have proximity mines in multiplayer. It's a step in the right direction to at least give them something to stick to. I just wish that they wouldn't detonate. Oh, there you go. That's a good boy, Adams. We are pushing up over here to an area where there's a turret to the extreme left, and this game's logic is that standing behind regular cardboard boxes affords one just enough protection as does solid rock. So you can stand behind these boxes and get the same protection as if you were standing behind a stone pillar or a stone wall. So it's just one of those things to kind of smile about in a game where you're often not smiling because you're kind of frustrated. And boy, this last running section too is just ridiculous. I really feel for the people that have to play this game on console and endure those 24 to 25 second load screens, particularly with sections coming up as the one that's coming up here. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, what happens is that the radio man hails a chopper, and you've got to basically sprint to the end of a room and pray that you don't get killed. And it took me about probably 5 times, but it's just pure luck. So when you're doing this next part over here, just remember the fact that it's going to get accomplished at some point, and if you're getting killed, you're not doing anything wrong. So just remember that it's the game's complete unreasonable game design is what you're going to be witnessing up here. It's just absolutely contemptible. So all you have to do to get up to get the next checkpoint is just rush forward. So wait till you're completely regenerated. If you want to, take out the last final guys, and then all you have to do is just sprint to the end here. But doing what I did just there is, it's like 1 out of 10 times you can get that to work. And up here, I don't recall ever getting killed over here, but it's just that first stretch, and it's just another one of those unfortunate failings of a game that's pretty good, but on some sections just completely unreasonable. But anyway, I will see you in the 7th chapter, guys. Thank you for watching the 6th chapter. I hope that it helped you if you had any difficulties on any particular part. And until we meet again, thank you very much for watching. Take care.